dati talaga ayoko sa credit cards. I thought they were evil.
What's up, besties? Welcome back to Quarter Life Bliss Season 3.
This is your favorite finance podcast with your financial bestie Sarah and bestie Yani.
Hey, it's Sarah, and we're here right now for another episode of Quarter Life Bliss, and I'm here with your favorite coach, Coach Yani. Hi, Coach Yani.
Morning, Sarah! Morning and good evening. Afternoon ba?
Morning, evening, wherever you are from the planet.
Whatever time you're listening this to.
Hello. Welcome to another episode of Quarter Life Bliss. And today's episode is going to be a fun one because it speaks to the shopaholic side of me. And I feel like it speaks to the spending side of Coach Yani because this can be a very useful tool if used right. And that's credit cards. Yay! I'm actually happy we're going to be talking about credit cards. Because dati talaga ayoko sa credit cards. I thought they were evil, plain and simple. Coach Yan, yan yung una mong thoughts on credit cards, like especially growing up or if you even had a relationship with them.
Kasi growing up, wala kaming credit card sa bahay.
Mm-mm.
Kasi sinasabi ng mom ko, utang yan, dapat di tayo mangutang. So I thought, hindi ko kailangan ng credit card pag tumanda ako. Or, iniisip ko din na parang, hindi siya necessary. Kasi parang mapipilit ka mangutang eh. So, hindi ako on my end, ang point ko is, hindi ako masyadong excited to get a credit card. Tapos nagtataka ako sa mga taong may credit card. Parang, bakit ka nangungutang? Yun yung mindset ko. Hindi ko alam kung ganun yung na-instill sa'yo when you were growing up. Pero kasi yung mom ko, tinry niya talagang hindi mangutang as much as possible. So, wala kaming credit card. So, alam ko lang savings account tsaka current, yung checking. Hindi ko alam yung credit card. So, parang pagtanda ko, kahit nung nag-work na ako, hindi talaga ako kumuha ng credit card pa. Kasi inisip ko, ba't naman ako mangungutang? Hindi naman ako negative. Alam mo yun? Hindi ko naman ginagastos.
Hindi mo naman need.
Oo, hindi ko naman need.
Shopping.
Correct. So, sabi ko, di pa ako kukuha ng credit card. So, yun yung naging mindset ko. Takang-taka talaga ako sa mga taong naka-credit card.
Ako naman, I actually had a bad experience with credit card. Not personally, but with my family. I don't know if na-share ko na to sa podcast, but long story short, nagkaroon ng time na almost 2 million pesos ang utang ng tatay ko sa credit card. But here's the kicker. Right now, 2022, I am proud to say na actually 2020 pa lang nabayaran niya lahat ng utang na yon on his own dime, like sarili niyang effort. By the way, I didn't help him with anything. Pero nabayaran ng tatay ko yung utang niya. So anyways, going up, nagkaroon siya ng mga utang na 400,000, 500,000. And I think it was in college. Kasi di ba college nga ako nagkaroon ng problema with money. Like, yung utang niya, 1 million. And I'm like, bakit? Bakit ganun? Pero naisip ko, because my dad would also do businesses na naging palpak din yung mga business niya or like that didn't, ang harsh naman ng palpak. Naging lessons yung mga businesses niya because he didn't survive until now. But, ayun, like, long story short, I didn't have a good impression on credit cards because for me, it's like, oh no, like, I feel like it's kind of gonna be like one of those, in a way, parang gambling. Like, you feel like you'd always need to keep getting money to pay off money. Tsaka naging culture din ng mga tao na uutang sila from one company to pay off another company. Parang ganon. So I'm like,
credit card paying another credit card.
Yeah, so it's like, it's so toxic. It's so, like, alam mo yun, ang hassle lang. It's so problematic. So I steered clear from it until it got to a point that I got my very first debit card. Debit card, it's BDO, and kahit yung debit card ko, hindi ko ginagamit yung debit card ko pang shopping kasi in the Philippines, diba, uso yung scam, uso yung phishing scam. So for me, at saka, I'm sorry, but let me just say it, ang pangat ng customer service natin in the Philippines with whatever bank even, kasi parang ang hirap makakuha. It's so hard to get back your money if you get scammed. And that's why people don't want to use their credit card. People don't want to use their debit card even for online shopping. Kasi once your debit card information gets caught in the system, wala na yan. Mas mahihirapan ka na dyan. So I use my debit card the very only for withdrawing money, and even with withdrawing stuff talagang dino-double check ko yung ATM just to make sure na walang phishing. Ganun ako katakot na mawalan ng pera. And then online shopping was the death of me because ginamit ko yung online shopping ko. It was for a reputable company naman, so I wasn't scared to get scammed. So ginamit ko yung online shopping ko ng debit card for an international company pa. And that was when I was like, oh, wow, ang galing. I was able to buy from a brand na hindi available sa Pilipinas. Tapos inuwi lang ng friend ko dahil customs. Hello. Hi. Anyway, I won't expound on that na. Pero
Ano na yun? Different topic na yun.
different topic
My
na
gosh, I'm
yun.
so pissed. Na-pissed agad ako dun sa word. May trigger.
May trigger yung call. Ay, nako.
Yung pinag-usapan din natin to before, di ba?
We'll
Naalala
talk
mo?
about that some other time. Yeah. But we'll talk about that some other time. But anyway, long story short, there was a time na natakot ako because yung shopping ko using my debit card, I shop from a company na medyo reputable naman. Pero nung tinignan ko yung customer service, grabe, there was a history of them never sending out their products, or like parang they wanted to stop the membership pero china-charge pa din. And nasa isip ko, gosh, debit card yung ginamit ko. Ganyan.
Nabawas na sa'yo.
Nabawas na. Hindi ko na yung mababawi.
Good as cash kasi yun. Yeah.
Good as cash on debit card. So I had to go through the process of canceling that debit card, of reapplying for another one. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not my proudest moment. Pero kasi naman kahit paano, I think I had a reason to get mad kasi isang buwan na, like I was, like hindi ako nagkulang. Pupunta ako sa bangko ko. As in, pupunta ako doon physically kahit sana telephone or kahit sana online ko ginagawa. Like, I was so patient. It got to a time na nainis na ako. Parang nakausap ko na yung manager. Parang sabi ko, sir, paano ba to? Like, I come here every week. I'm trying to fix my debit card. Hindi niyo po ako tinutulungan. Nakakainis na ho. As in, napagano'n ako. Alam mo yun, like, I think ko nakakahiya kasi for us as Filipinos to complain to businesses. Pero talagang nainis na ako. Kasi that's also our money. Like, you know, when it comes to us people, like in the Filipinos, lalo na sa hirap ng kumita ng pera, like, you try to be as patient as possible, but when enough is enough, you have to voice out the customer service and how bad it is now. Anyway, and that was when I discovered credit cards, and that they are not as bad as you think they might be, because they can actually help you if ever may fraud that happens. And you know, the Philippines is still catching up, but when I migrated here in the States, it's so easy to say if a transaction was fraud. Like, automatic yan, kinakancel nila yan.
Correct.
Automatic binabalik yan sa account mo. It's so much more convenient. It's so convenient. That's the word for it. Credit cards can be so convenient. But yeah, yon.
I love your story on how you got your first credit card, no? Parang nilid ka nung problema mo into getting credit cards. At least when you migrated, you already know how credit card works.
Yeah.
Diba? At least hindi ka parang new, especially in the US, lahat credit card. Parang
right.
when you go to the States, lahat ata ng shops, you can get parang a special credit card from that shop. Di ba parang gano'n? Yung mga stores.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
for example,
Sephora,
VS, you go to Sephora or VS, may sarili silang credit card. If you get that, meron kang monthly discount or something na pagka may credit card ka from that store. That's how open and easy it is to apply for a credit card in the States. So, at least...
Cashback, Coach Yani. Cashback.
talaga? Pag sa stores?
Yeah, like sometimes you get so like for our listeners, ano ang cashback? Cashback is basically, ang example na lang nito, kung nag-shopping ka, ginastos mo with your credit card is 30,000 pesos, tapos may 10% cashback. Ang okay ng 10%, pero may 10% cashback ka, you get 3,000 pesos back. Ganon. So parang may internal discount na nangyayari. So that's what cashback is, you guys.
Yeah, so may cashback, may points, may kung ano-ano, ang dami talaga. Parang every time na lang, when I'm in the States, tas may mga tita akong kasama or pinsan, tinatanong ko, ba't wala kang credit card dito? Tingnan mo, ang ganda ng mga nila, freebies nila, or ang ganda ng mga discounts nila if you have the credit card, ganyan. So, ang ganda ng story mo. Yung akin naman, share ko lang din.
How'd you get into it?
So I never wanted a credit card. Like I remember when my brother got his first credit card, pinadala lang sa kanya ng bank. Ganun kasi yung nangyayari dito sa Pilipinas.
Yeah.
Papadalan ka na ng credit card, tapos gulatan na lang may credit card ka na. It's up to you if you're gonna use it.
Activate it.
Activate
Yeah.
mo, 'di ba? So, pwedeng hindi,
Yeah.
pwede mo i-activate. Tapos I remember nung nakakuha siya, parang kami lahat, "Anahin mo naman, 'di ba? Parang para sa
Mm-mm-mm.
ads." Hindi ko rin alam. Hayaan mo na gamitin ko, libre naman yung fee, annual fee for a year, sabi niya. Tapos papa-cancel
Yeah.
niya na lang daw. Sige, okay. Tapos may nga, mga siguro after three weeks to 1 month, mamaya-maya meron na rin akong credit card dyan. Dumating na rin from a different bank naman.
Mm-mm-mm.
Tapos sabi ko, "Oh my gosh, anong gagawin ko dito?" Pero although mababa lang yung I remember super mababa lang naman yung limit at that time. Siguro tinry lang muna nila if kaya ko magbayad, if ever gamitin ko yung credit card. And I remember, siguro umabot na ng 1 month or more, hindi ko pa rin nagagamit yung card. Kasi nga, hindi naman ako someone who uses credit card. Hindi ako used to using credit card, 'di ba?
Yeah.
So, talagang parang ano siya sa akin, different world siya. And I was working already at that time. So, let's say, maybe 2019? Maybe 2019 ako nakakuha ng first credit card ko na pinadala lang sa akin. And yeah, nung naintindihan ko na, especially now that I'm living independently, then bago yung house ko, I need to okay, wait, wag ka muna excited.
Grabe, nakangiti talaga tayo sa topic today.
Guys, you have to watch our video on YouTube.
Yeah,
Kasi,
talaga
grabe, sobrang,
nakasmile.
grabe yung reaction namin ni Sarah sa mga bawat episode. But anyway, grabe yung ngiti ni Sarah, na-appreciate ko. I feel the parang proud ka. Anyway, so now that I have my house, my place, I need to fill it with stuff, diba? And hindi naman mura yung mga appliances. So, credit card has been a big help talaga when it comes to purchasing stuff. And yeah, parang sobrang na-appreciate ko siya ngayon na parang buti na lang may credit card ako. Parang gano'n.
Love
Although,
it. Yeah.
later we will be giving tips also how to be responsible around credit card. Kasi,
Yes.
yes, baka padalan ka bigla ng bangko mo, just like what happened to me. Padalan ka na lang bigla ng credit card and you get tempted to, use it right away and you feel like it's power. Because technically, when you activate it, let's say, sabihin sa'yo ng bank mo may 100,000 limit ka sa credit card. That's automatically 100,000. You can buy anything with 100,000 eh.
Exactly. Oh my gosh.
Diba?
Na-excite ako.
Diba? Parang, oh my gosh, it feels like instant money. I remember when I got, when the mail arrived, tapos ako, oh my gosh, nagkaroon din ako ng credit card, ma, sabi ko. Tapos sabi ng stepdad ko, make sure you'll be responsible with your credit card. Kasi, baka magulat ka, nagpa-pile up. Tapos talagang clueless talaga ako, na parang, ano siya magpa-pile up? Pag dumating yung bill, bayaran mo. Ganun lang nasa isip ko. So later, magkukwento pa kami about it. But, in short, for me, yung wrong notion, yung wrong ideas ko before about credit card, wala na. Wala na yung feeling na nang utang siya. Technically, yes, utang pa rin siya. Pero hindi na siya, I would say the context would be good or bad utang siya. Like our topic last week. Good or bad utang siya, it will depend on how you use the card.
Exactly. Like, honestly, I love credit cards because anyone can have a credit card. You just show, like, dito sa States, uso yung credit score, which basically shows kung gaano ka respectable in paying your utang. Like our episode, Usapang Utang, I love that. Pero yun nga, that's what your credit score is. This is how the banks can tell na, okay tong taong to, nagbabayad to ng utang. Ganon.
Correct.
So if you get a better FICO score, if you get a better score, then mas mataas ang binibigay sa yung credit. Case in point actually sa akin sa Pilipinas, so when I got my credit card, I used it for 1 year. Tapos after 1 year, sinabi na, oh, your limit is now
increase. Pwede na.
Plus 15,000 pesos. Pero ako, oh, okay to, ganyan. But, I mean, for me naman, hindi naman ako shopaholic. But at the same time, iniisip ko lang at that time, pwede na siya pangbili ng airplane ticket. Like, pwede na siya pangbili ng plane ticket. Ganyan. Kasi, yung maganda din sometimes with credit card, you can do small monthly installments, 0% APR monthly installments. Basta guys, I'm sorry, I really love credit cards. Like, And I know that sounds weird for me to say, but it's because I am on top of my bills. I am on top of how much utang I have, how much I have to pay. And sometimes talaga, ang galing ng ginhawa. Because for example, I need to buy something na expensive. Like, top of my mind, I bought my mama Riza. I bought her her very first cell phone. I bought her touchscreen cell phone. And at that time, I was like, it's not the fanciest, pero it was like 15,000. Pero ginamit ko yung credit card ko. It was every month, I only had to pay 3,000 pesos, 0% interest. So, I know I still paid 15,000 pesos at the end of the day. Pero 'di ba, parang hindi siya ganun kasakit sa
Kabigat.
bulsa.
Oo.
Yeah, because it's not a one-time payment. Apart from that, I got points from that store. I got cashback as well. So parang nag-aano din yun, nagpa-pile up yung cashback, and over time, you'll be able to buy something bigger with that cashback. Which is why, yeah, like yun din, like what Coach Yani said, the biggest notion here is, like our title says, credit card is really not the enemy, but it's how you use it and how your mentality is towards it that becomes the problem. Alam mo yan?
Correct. Credit card, although it's technically utang talaga,
Mm-mm.
technically it's borrowing money that's not yours
Mm-hmm.
yet or you don't have. Um, it will really depend on how you use it.
Mm-hmm.
It could be an advantage and at the same time a disadvantage on your end.
Mm-mm.
Depende sa intention mo of using your credit card.
Mm-mm.
And siguro, magandang pag-usapan is paano mag-apply ng credit card in a way that, kasi alam ko sa US, madali. Mas madali kaysa sa Philippines.
Kind of. Like, remind me, or baka nag-iba na din kasi ang tagal ko na din nawala sa Pilipinas. Paano ka nag-apply for credit cards in the Philippines?
So we have online applications now.
Now
So
na,
you have
okay.
to send proof of billing. You have
Mm.
to send IDs. You have to send dalawang IDs. Proof of billing, and I think mas madaling mag-apply if you have a debit card on that specific bank.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yun. So online applications na lang and then papadala na lang sa'yo yung credit card. Ganun lang.
Mm.
Okay? So bakit kailangan mag-apply ng credit card or kailangan nga ba mag-apply ng credit card? I would say, apply ka ng credit card if you think kaya mong maging responsible in paying that. Pero
Mm-mm.
gusto ko rin yung sinabi mo kanina na, parang pambili siya ng ticket, 'di ba? Yung mga big purchases that you want to
That you can't
make,
exactly, yeah.
can make it you wanna make it in installment para naman hindi mabigla yung makukuha sa money mo, sa cash mo or sa liquid mo, then go ahead, apply for a credit card.
Yeah.
Basta, mga warnings lang dyan later, di ba, is you have to be very vigilant and very on top of your monthly
Yes.
bills. As in, dapat you
Agree.
know when the cut-off is, you know when the deadline of payment is, and you don't want, kasi in credit card, you're the one paying for interest. If one day late ka lang
Yeah.
magbayad, ikaw yung
Mm-mm.
magbabayad, ikaw talaga yung magbabayad ng ano, 'di ba? Ikaw ang
Yeah.
magbabayad ng interest.
Exactly.
Instead of you earning that interest, you're the one paying for the interest. So,
Exactly.
you don't want that to happen kasi para ka na talagang nangutang na meron kang binabayarang interest. So,
Yeah.
if you intend, okay, for our listeners who intend to apply for a credit card, I would suggest that you have to first master how you manage your finances currently. No,
Mm-hmm.
kapag kakabisado mo na yon, level 10 ka na when it comes to handling your money and managing your money, ibig sabihin, paano mag-save, paano mag-budget for your expenses, and how you actually use your money, how you spend your money, then you apply for a credit card. Kasi
Mm-mm.
it takes also responsibility. Kasi ang
Yeah.
mangyayari, di ba, nagsisend, na remember yung, may kilala ko na sendan siya ng ng like a letter from the bank, legal
Oh.
letter from the bank dahil may utang sa credit card. And eto
And
guys,
because of
warning,
that, nagkaroon siya ng percentage, like na-charge siya.
kaso.
Kaso!
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So, tawag dito, Actually, hindi ko sure kung galing siya sa legal or galing siya sa bank. Pero meron talaga kaso at kasulat talaga dun magkano yung utang. So,
Actually, can I just add, Coach
go, go, go.
Yani? I really know, parte siya ng, sa batas natin sa Pilipinas that pwede ka mangkaso ng tao kung malaki ang utang nila sa'yo. Pwede ka talaga mangkaso. Yung kaya lang siguro natin hindi nakikita masyado siya on social media is because sa atin, sa Pilipinas, ang culture natin, ang hassle na ikaso mo pa yung tao. Ang hassle na mag-hire ka pa ng lawyer,
Mas
ididemanda
mapapamahal
kita,
ka pa.
mas mapapamahal ka pa. Kaya tayong mga Pinoy kasi tingin ko, I think it's an overall attitude that we have that we don't want to be hassled by stuff right now. So
Correct.
kaya 'di ba like yung nagiging culture na din natin sa utang is kung magpapautang ka ng kaya mong mawala sa iyo. Kasi minsan 'di ba people don't pay you sa utang nila. At saka kaysa naman sa idemanda mo sila, at saka it really ruins relationships. It really ruins relationships. Kaya to our listeners, don't be intimidated by the fact na pwede kang kasuhan kasi as it is, it really is something that happens. But you really have to enter this with the right mindset na hindi ka kukuha ng credit card with the intention na, okay lang pala, I can get 100,000 pesos credit at hindi ko na lang ito babayaran. It's not that easy, guys. Like, this is some serious stuff. Big girl stuff. Big boy
More
and girl
than
stuff to.
more than the kaso, I know that if you have a bad credit score or a bad history with banks, you cannot, number one, apply for a loan. Kahit anong bangko pa yan, matitrace nila na, hindi pwede kasi meron ka palang mga utang.
Gusto
Number
ko
two,
nag-hair flip ka. Ay, hindi
number
pwede.
two, hindi, nice ko lang.
Tali ko sa
Number
bangko.
two is mahihirapan na, kunwari for example, mag-a-apply ka sa mga telecoms, yung mga line, postpaid line,
Yeah, postpaid
or
lines, yeah.
siguro pati wifi ngayon, mahirapan ka if meron. I remember, nag-apply kasi ako ng wifi here sa
Mm-mm.
condo. Tapos, hiningan ako ng proof of billing ng credit card ko at yung last payment ko. Kasi gusto nilang makita na nagbabayad ako ng credit card ko. Tapos
Bravo. Siyempre, Coach Yani,
dahil
yeah.
doon, the next day, nalagyan ako ng wifi agad. Kasi malinis kita nila na ito yung bill, tapos ito yung binayad ko. Tapos kita din nila, they also did that to get parang free installment dahil nagbabayad ako ng credit card. Kahit hindi same company yung credit card ko, tsaka yung wifi, as in magkaiba siyang company, separate entities, different industry, pero dahil, parang, alam mo yun, parang it gives you credibility that you can pay, that you have a bill na binayaran mo talaga. So, yeah, yun yung perks. Pero kapag hindi mo mabayaran, hindi mo inasikaso, hinayaan mo lang na mangutang ka ng mangutang. And ang dami kong clients na gano'n na na-drown na talaga sila sa dami ng credit card debt nila. Swipe na lang ng swipe ng swipe, na hindi na nila natapos. Hindi sila maka-apply ng other credit cards, hindi sila maka-apply ng loan, hindi sila
Yes.
maka-apply. Alam mo yon, parang it will be
Yeah.
a hassle on your end. So make sure that if you get a credit card, pay it.
Yeah.
Bayaran mo lang talaga monthly. Yun lang.
Coach
Sige.
Yani, I have a thought. Like,
Okay,
honestly, guys.
nagtaas ng kamay. Sige.
Oh, nga, nagtaas ng kamay.
Recitation.
Parang, no, like, honestly, like, I feel like the talk of credit cards, just so you guys know, our listeners, don't be intimidated by it. And I feel like in the future, we may be able to do an episode of how to get out of a credit card rut if you, kasi diba, it is possible. Like, this is why I love the topic of credit cards. There's really so much to tackle on it, from entering that world to how to get out of the rut of being millions of pesos in debt, on how to manage it if you already have it, how you can even make the experience even better, diba? Like, I feel like it has to be a movement in the Philippines so that we get better benefits in the Philippines.
Oh my gosh, yes, please.
Yes.
As an active credit card user, yes, ma-appreciate ko talaga yon.
Diba? Like, so, guys, let's use credit cards. Let's demand for a better service so that we can get better stuff.
So, ayan, sige, dahil you mentioned that, I wanna ask you, what are the top 3 things that you love about credit cards? So, you mentioned earlier the cashback, the installments.
Cashback, installment, and convenience. because
Convenience.
girl,
Yeah, sige, go.
so may mga gadgets tayo na ginagamit kasi 'di ba yung naging next na uso na it's not phishing scam, but the next scam thing that's related to credit card is sometimes people, if you have your credit card on your phone, they have this gadget that they can scan the information on your phone. I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah,
what
yeah,
it's
yeah,
called,
yeah.
but you know what that is, right? And
Yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
there was even a product that was featured on Shark Tank that prevents scammers from doing that. Like, you just have to put something on top of your credit card at hindi na nila masascan what your credit card is.
Yung mga
And that's,
wallet. Yung mga,
yeah, yeah,
ano ba yun?
anti-scam wallet.
Antay,
Yeah, there are wallets actually that are like anti-scams. But the convenience part of it is what I'm trying to say is, for example, going to a concert. When we went to the BTS concert, I did not bring any cash with me. I just brought my credit card and my phone, and I knew I was gonna be fine. Credit card, phone, ID. That's it. And you can be fine. Kaya parang I've always wondered then girls with clutches, like, how do these girls with clutches survive? Anong dinadala nila? Kasi like sabihin na natin,
cashless.
even if you don't have your makeup in your bag, like how about your money and everything else, your keys? Of course, they don't have keys, but yun nga, like, basta you have your phone card ID, like that's it. Like you can have your phone, kasi like right now and then in the States, you can have everything on your phone. Actually,
Pwede ba
you
sa
can play
Apple
na nga.
Wallet yung yung credit
Yeah,
card?
you can. I have that on my Apple Wallet. I
Di
have
ba?
my credit cards on my Apple Wallet, and so it's so convenient. Like,
Here
it's
in the Philippines, hindi pa
really convenient.
masyadong ginagamit ang Apple Wallet. But
Yeah.
to our listeners na based here in the Philippines, actually in the States, even your ticket to the concert, your debit card, your credit card din pala pwede, is in your Apple Wallet. So literally, yung wallet mo nasa phone. So wala
Mm-mm,
ka ng
mm-mm,
physical card.
mm-mm,
Andun na
mm-mm.
yun, i-click mo lang siya para siyang naka-arrange as
Ang galing. Yeah,
sa
yeah,
Apple
yeah. It
Wallet,
is.
if
Yeah.
you're using, I'm not sure with Android how, wala ata silang
I
wallet.
don't think they. I'm pretty sure they have. We just don't know
Yeah,
because
yeah,
we're
yeah.
not Android users. But Coach Yani, I have a question. Well, I already know the answer to the question, but I wanted to be validated by Coach Yani, of course.
Again.
So, bakit mas okay ang credit card, if you think so, ang credit card kaysa sa debit card? Like, what's the key differences between the two?
I would say credit card, hindi. Ako believer talaga kasi ako ng cash is king. So I
Mm-mm.
would still be choosing debit over credit card.
Mm-mm.
Okay? But I think maraming help ang credit card, especially if you don't have the cash yet.
Mm-mm.
Bakit? I have a friend, very successful entrepreneur. They
Mm-mm.
started their multi-million business by just using their credit card to build the shop, to buy the materials, the initial
Yeah.
materials for their business, and the
Mm-mm.
raw materials for their business. And wala silang pera at that time. They only had to rely sa credit card. I remember they were
Oh.
telling me that they had to go to Wilcon, isang bilihan lahat para isang Wilcon yung bilihan ng parang when you buy mga ano bang tawag doon?
Home appliances. Yeah.
Hindi appliances eh.
Furniture.
Mga gamit like home goods.
Okay,
Ay, sorry,
okay.
not home goods, but DIY. Parang DIY. So,
Alright.
yung mga pang-renovate ng shop. So, they only use their credit card para makabili ng pang-repaint, pang-ayos, pangbili ng mga kahoy, etc. Because that's the only money they had. They had to bet on themselves and start the business with a credit card. Like, I know a lot of friends who have successful businesses who only started with their credit card kasi wala pa silang income eh. Wala pa silang kinikita. They had to bet and start a business. And kaya love na love, sobrang believer sila ng credit card kasi it literally saved their business and saved their lives. So, yun yung maganda sa credit card.
Yeah.
Pero ako, kung tatanungin mo talaga ako, cash is king talaga ako. So,
Mm-mm.
I would still choose a debit card over credit kasi at the end of the day, it's basically utang, yung credit
Yeah.
card. But, also, I still love it. Dati
Yeah.
hindi ko sinasabing love eh. Lagi ko sinasabi, iwan ko lang ganyan. Kung
Oo.
ikaw, your points would be cashback, installment, and
Convenience.
convenience. Ako, it would fall under the installment also and the convenience.
Mm-mm.
Convenience when traveling. Kasi
Yeah.
when traveling, ano talaga eh, credit card na talaga, lalo na sa States, 'di ba? Babalik na naman ako diyan next week. And
Yeah.
credit card na naman yung gagamitin diyan most of the time. I remember nung last na punta ko, ang dami kong dalang cash, as in literal na bills.
Uh-huh.
Bumili pa ako and nagpapalit pa ako sa sa bank. So,
Uh-huh.
mas mahal yung bibilin mo eh. Magbabayad
Yeah.
ka ng dollar. Mas mahal siya sa bank. Pero
Yeah.
credit card, yung exchange rate lang eh. Gets mo?
Yeah,
Pag sinuwipe mo.
exactly.
So, nag-end up, umuwi ako, marami pang cash kasi ginagamit ko rin yung credit card ko. Kasi mas madali siya na,
Oh.
um, I would say mas madali siyang gamitin sa States. And when
Mhm.
traveling, kahit nakatulad ito, may layover ako sa next travel ko. Mas madali
Mm.
kesa bibili pa ako ng yen, tapos
Exactly.
ramen lang naman. Alam mo yon. So, you want to use credit card. At the same time, in convenience, sa debit card kasi, mention ko na lang na, di ba nag-hotel kami in the States, pag nagkamali sila ng swipe, tapos like, sabihin nila, ay mali, hindi na, ganyan, ganyan, credit card na lang. Yung debit card mo nabawasan, pero ibabalik nila, tapos babalik siya mga after 3 or 4 months yung cash mo.
Oh my goodness, I
Like,
didn't even
super
know
duper
that.
hassle. Like, yung nag-hotel kami before going back here, which was February, hanggang today is March 31. Yung maling na swipe doon, hindi pa rin nababalik sa mom ko. Pero sinabi
Mm-mm.
na nung hotel sa States na, ng Marriott na okay na, nabalik na. Pero yung processing siguro from the States to the Philippines, yung
Yeah.
transactions,
Yeah.
wala pa. Tapos sabi ng mom ko, expect that it will last 3 to 4 months before mabalik. Unlike
Mm.
a credit card, dispute mo lang, tanggal agad yan.
Yeah, exactly.
Tawagan mo
I'm
lang,
sorry, guys. I just really love credit cards, and it's so weird for me to say that. Pero kasi nakakatuwa na ang convenient. It's so convenient. Like, tsaka ang daling kausap ng mga tao usually when it comes to credit cards. So, yun.
yeah. And yung installment part naman is, eto nga, bumibili ako ng appliances sa bahay. Tapos sobra yung 0%. Ang laki niyang help, girl, na
Yeah, it is.
okay, disclaimer first. I always say that before you swipe your credit card, you have to make sure that you have the money in your bank. So for example, you're buying
True.
a
Yes.
20,000 worth cell phone and you
Yes.
wanna pay it for 3 months. So 6,000 something, let's say 7,000 per month yung babayaran mo. 3 months, 0%, nakita mo sa isang shop na 0% siya, 20,000
Mm-mm.
phone. Before you swipe that, make sure you have the 20,000 in your bank.
Yeah,
But you're
exactly.
choosing the 3 months for convenience. Kasi ako
Exactly.
personally, iba pa rin yung rule ko before buying something, I need to have it at least 10 times in my bank. If not,
Yeah.
I don't really, parang sobrang pinag-iisipan ko siya.
Yeah.
Pero in credit card, number one, rule of thumb, that you have to have the money in your bank pag nag-swipe ka, lalo na kung i-installment mo. So for example,
Exactly.
20,000, you have to have it in your bank before mo i-installment ng 3 months. Okay? The credit card should not be a power for you to the credit card should not be a power or a tool for you to afford or to buy things that you cannot afford, that you don't have money to
Yes.
pay for.
Agree. Agree.
So, that's the only rule of thumb that you have to remember in credit card. Use it for your convenience, use it for your installments, your cashbacks, but don't forget that before you buy anything, you have to have the liquid, the cash first to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi
Exactly.
mahirap malubog sa credit card.
Exactly. I agree with everything that you said,
Last pa
Coach
pala
Yani.
with convenience, oh my gosh,
Ano?
pinaka-important. Pinag-usapan namin to ng friends ko na pupuntang States eh. Yung lounge sa airport.
What is that?
When you
Sorry,
have,
nagtagal ko na hindi na-travel, but like,
so may
what's that?
lounge, like yung mga lounge sa airport, Mabuhay Lounge, yung mga
Yeah.
lounge, airport lounges airport lounges ask you for credit card para makapasok ka. So, kung mataas yung credit card mo, like a platinum or like a gold, you can enter. Yun yung may free, for example, may free buffet doon, may free food, may free wifi. May, kumbaga, business class of waiting area.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you have to have a high credit card, kunwari yun nga, mga yung diamond, platinum,
That's
gold,
so cool.
black. Kumbaga yung matataas, usually meron. O kaya, kunwari, for example, silver ka, isa lang pwede, pero pag gold ka, pwede kang may kasama pang friend na pumasok sa lounge. Yun pala yung gusto ko, yun pala yung nakakatuwa kasi when you have that, you can stay in a better place. Minsan may shower pa yan, may unlimited na drinks, may unlimited na food, as long as you have your credit card. So, yun yung mga perks na pwede mo i-maximize yung credit card. Use it to your advantage.
Yes, exactly. Anyways, okay. You know what, Coach Yani, I feel like we could go on and on and on about credit cards and other topics. But any final thoughts to our audience about credit cards before we end today's episode?
Siguro, I just want to reiterate that you have to be very responsible with your money, with your credit card. Using your credit card, especially if una mo pa lang na credit card. So, guys, my tip, remember that before you swipe that, bago mo ikaskas ang credit card mo sa mga merch, sa concert, bago mo ikaskas, make sure you have it in your wallet or in your
Yes.
debit card, 'di ba? Para hindi ka
Agree.
pabayad. And number 2, don't yun nga yung parang race of credit card that you pay a credit card, you pay using your credit card to pay another credit card bill. Don't ever use that. It only means wala. Yung interest mo palaki lang ng palaki sa iba-ibang bangko. Nagpa-pile up lang yung interest mo. So, yeah, that's it for me. Yun yung mga final tips ko
Yeah.
to be a responsible credit card holder. Ikaw?
Yes. In short, guys, self-control is key. It's really
Correct.
that. You just
Correct.
really have to have self-control more than anything. And that's it. That's all that I have to say. Since I have mentioned that the credit card topic is so big, like we can discuss so many topics, and this is kind of like a special episode. If you guys have any other things you want us to touch with regards to credit cards, don't forget to join our official Facebook group. Our Facebook group is fb.com/groups/quarterlifebliss podcast. And of course, don't forget to follow us on our TikTok and Instagram at quarterlifebliss podcast.
Yes. Thank you so much, Sari. Super enjoyed this episode.
Oh nga, ang saya.
On to the next one. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us for another episode of Quarter Life Bliss.
Let us know your thoughts by joining our community at facebook.com/group/quarterlifeless podcast and following us over at Quarter Life Bliss podcast on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
And that's it. Anything else to say, bestie?
Find your bliss and money will follow.
Yawn.